With us today, Mike Glancy, who is with the Habitat for Humanity of Solano County, or
Solano, Napa County, yes.
Solano, Napa County. And you're the development director and the store manager for the Restore.
Yeah, Restore manager, yes.
And Restore, what is Restore? I mean, I know what restore means, but you have a unique identification of that.
Restore is a home improvement center open to the public where people can come in and they can buy building materials along with appliances, windows, doors, cabinets, anything you need to work on your home, along with some furniture that we do carry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that's a subset of the Habitat for Humanity organization?
Yes, it's actually an avenue to bring revenue into the Solano Napa Habitat. It's kind of Habitat's way of helping ourselves earn the money that we desperately need to continue building decent, affordable homes in Solano and Napa counties.
Mm-hmm. And so is the Restore, is it a fairly new idea?
No, Restore's been around for a while now. We're about 750th store that's opened in the United States. And they have International Habitat has goals to get, they're shooting for 2,000 stores, 4,000 stores. They're growing rapidly. Mm-hmm. We are patented in 49 out of the 50 states. And Habitat for Humanity is one of the top 3 recognized names in the world. We're trying to bring Restore up to where it's recognized as, as good as any other nonprofit. Mm-hmm. So we're working hard on getting that recognition, and just the name Restore, when you say it, you know what it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's resale.
Yeah.
Store.
The
or recycle.
Yeah, Restore. It's new and gently used items.
Gently used?
Gently used items that have been donated to us, that we have a crew that does minor repairs. We clean everything up, we test the products, we get it out on the shelves, and then we resell it to the community for 50 to 90% off of retail prices.
Wow, that sounds like a deal to me.
Yeah, it's been a win-win-win for everybody. It's been immediately successful once we open the doors.
Well, where is your store located?
We're at 104 Commerce Court in the Cordelia section of Fairfield, right at the interchange where 680 comes on to Highway I-80.
And do you have a website or other kind of identifying information that you can share with us?
Yes, our website is solanonapahabitat.org. And
your phone number?
The Restore donation hotline is 707-863-0692.
That's the hotline, so if anybody wants to make room in their garage and they have something that qualifies for a donation, but probably not everything qualifies for a donation. I mean, is there a threshold or of condition that you accept? Or
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we want donations that are new and what we call gently used. These items, we bring them in, and we do continue to stay with home improvements. So we have a full hardware store that has items like we talked about, windows, doors, cabinets. We have light fixtures, electrical fittings, plumbing fixtures, plumbing fittings, some HVAC materials. We have a big section of used furniture that is in excellent condition, and a lot of brand new furniture that's been donated to us.
And then you mentioned appliances too, right?
Yep, we have a full array of appliances, from double built-in ovens to dishwashers to refrigerators to washers and dryers.
So if I had an old stove that was in good shape, is that something you might take?
Yeah, we try to keep our products within 10 years old, and as long as they're clean and in great working condition, we would absolutely love to have them.
Do you ever get donations of tools or anything like that?
Absolutely. We have a whole huge tool section full of power tools, hand tools, woodworking tools, carpentry tools, things of that nature.
Wow, that's something that I hadn't even thought about until right now.
Yeah.
So You're near the 680 interchange in the Cordelia portion of Fairfield. And are you open all 7 days a week, or you have different schedule?
Right now we're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday from 9 to 5.
All right, and I would assume Saturday is probably a really busy day?
All 3 days are unbelievably busy.
Really?
I get there Thursday morning, and sometimes there's a line of people waiting to get in the store to see what's new at Restore.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when you're not open, then you'd be accepting donations 24/7?
Well, we're closed on Sunday and Monday. We are open Tuesday and Wednesday, which I have crews working, accepting donations. That's when we do a lot of our repair work and cleaning work and get the shelf stocked ready for the store to be open. Right now, we have guaranteed people there from 9 to 1, but a lot of times we're there in the afternoon. We're just asking customers to call if they want to come in Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon and make sure that someone's there.
Uh-huh. And is that the same number as the hotline number
Yes,
that you
it
mentioned
is.
earlier?
Yes.
And what's that number again?
It's 707-863-0692.
863-0692.
Yep.
So how did you get involved in all this? I mean, this is, there's a lot of volunteer work in this arena, I know. I mean, what brought you in to be a Habitat supporter?
My background is home building, and as you know, right now, home building is at its all-time low. I came down here, my folks were ill, and I was taking care of them, and I found this opportunity, and I went and I talked to them. I have worked with other nonprofits in the past and really enjoy working with nonprofits and volunteers. So I met some of the board of directors, and I volunteered at the store and looked at everything about it, and it was something that says, yeah, this would be fun. I would enjoy doing this. And they decided to hire me, and that was almost a year ago next month.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Yeah.
It sounds like you really know the ins and outs of the business.
Well, having a background in home building has really helped, because I know the materials, I know the application of the materials, so we're really able to help customers come in and pick out the right type of door that they need or the right type of product to help them with their projects.
Now, if people make donations, do you have a pickup service, or do you expect people to bring the stuff in?
Both. We highly encourage as many donations as possible to come to us, only because we had our grand opening last August, and we are really short-handed with volunteers right now. We need volunteers desperately. The store is 100% ran by volunteers, and it's our volunteers that go out and do our pickups. So right now I am scheduling items in the different towns and cities within Napa and Solano counties, but sometimes it does take a while to get out there. I have great hopes. We're begging, asking every source we can to get a box truck, about a 16-foot box truck donated to us that has a lift gate on it, so we can go out and do more pickups. And in conjunction to that, get the volunteers that we need to go out and be able to keep that truck working 5 days a week, doing pickups morning and afternoon. So it'll grow as we mature as a business here in town.
Seems like a rental place might be a good place to pick up a used box truck. Or
yeah,
maybe,
we've looked.
Or
yeah.
maybe like
and we've got our
All-Star-
eyes, and we
All-Star
have a lot of
brands.
people watching for us. Yeah.
Well, that's good. So a really important thing for you right now is to have outreach to the community for volunteers that might be interested. And they can call the hotline too, right?
Oh, absolutely. They could go to our website and then click on volunteer, fill out the application, get into our system, and then when an opportunity comes up for Restore or one of the other functions that we need volunteers at Habitat, they will get an email. But I'm trying to staff Restore now with steady volunteers. I have an awesome base. I have some of the most unbelievable people working there. I think we know Kathy together, but we have about 20 people that have committed to at least one shift a week that are there working hard, but that's just the beginning of what we need. I was fortunate last June to go back to what they call Restore University.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was held in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons they held this university in Madison is Madison had one of the top performing restores in the country.
Yeah.
They had 125 volunteers that were all trained and cross-trained in every facet of what it takes to run Restore.
Wow.
I mean, it was quite a thing to see. I've got a lot of room to grow to get to where they're at, but I'm working hard at it.
Yeah, Madison, Wisconsin is actually a pretty amazing city.
Yeah.
I had a chance to go there in my college days and had a friend that went to school there. It's a pretty cool city.
Yeah. Well, it comes down to, like, say, I have about 20 weekly volunteers that are there every week, week in and week out, unless they have an obligation. And I would like to get another 100 volunteers out there to come down and just give 4 hours, once a week, just one shift.
Uh-huh. And so are there any qualifications for volunteers?
Well, what I want, this store, we want to be, number one, fun for the customers, which it is. Our customers love coming in there, but we want it just as fun for the volunteers. So when a volunteer comes and wants to volunteer, I talk to them for a while. What do you like to do? Do you like to greet customers and help them with their merchandise? Do you like to do minor repairs on merchandise? Do you like merchandising? Do you like getting the products nice and shiny so they look beautiful on the shelves? So we go through a little interview process and find out what the volunteer wants to do, and then we get them started there.
So there's probably a job for just about anybody.
Just about anybody.
Uh-huh. So people shouldn't be apprehensive, thinking, well, I'm not qualified to do that, because you'll find something for them no matter what.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
There's no job that's difficult down there. Everything can be learned. And people like learning new things, too. It kind of keeps you going and keeps your interest up.
And then it's not rocket science, right?
Right.
Yeah. So when we were talking before we started filming today, you had said that you have a vision of maybe expanding your operating hours a little bit, and that might be related to the volunteer situation?
Yeah, the only thing keeping us from expanding right now is the help that we need to process the donated materials to get it out on the shelves. And then obviously the other side of it is to increase the amount of donated items to Restore.
Uh-huh. And I have an idea of where some of your donations might come from, but maybe you could give us just a rough idea of
I don't even know everywhere that they come from, because we're getting donations from manufacturers, we're getting donations from big box stores, we're getting donations from contractors, we're getting donations from individual homeowners, where the donations are just, it's like word of mouth has just spread throughout our community, and we get probably 8, 9, 10 calls a day of people that want to know if we will accept certain things. It's just a full realm of it. I have contractors that have building materials that they've been paying rent on in warehouses, and it gives them an opportunity to clean out their warehouse and bring it down. And these are they're excellent, brand new materials. It just, with the downsizing of what's happened with building, that there's just a lot of stuff sitting around.
And so when somebody brings in a donation, are you able to give them a slip that says they made the donation that they could use for a tax deduction?
Yeah, Habitat Restore is a nonprofit 501c3 charitable organization, and they do get a receipt for their donation that they can use on their taxes.
So that's a big advantage, and of course we're pretty close to tax time right now, so anybody in the audience that might be thinking about that, here's an opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you could, for the members of our audience that aren't really well versed in what Habitat is all about, and maybe a little history of Habitat, could you share some of that with us?
Absolutely. My expertise and concentration has been on Restore, but the Habitat for Humanity started back in the early 70s. A couple said, we need to do something to help eliminate poverty and get decent, affordable housing for people who are out there working hard, trying to help themselves, but for whatever reason aren't able to. Towards the end of the 70s, and which everybody knows about, Jimmy and Rosalind Carter got involved with the original couple and made it worldwide fame. Habitat has continued to grow worldwide to where we are handing out keys to homeowners every 25 minutes now.
Wow.
We hit our 500,000th home last December.
Wow.
So this is huge. It's very huge.
So you probably had a big party for that one.
Yeah.
So do you happen to know how many countries Habitat is in?
I believe we're represented in just about every country on earth.
And then that would mean every state in the United States then too, right?
Yes.
From Alaska to Maine?
Yep. Canada, the Restore is United States, starting to get heavy into Canada, and now the first 3 Restores have been opened up overseas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything from other building improvement stores that might be a little nervous about competition?
Oh, no.
That's never.
No, they
up.
want to support us. You know, we have a little 6,000 square foot used building material. We can't compete with a 100,000 square foot brand new building. In fact, we have big support from the big companies to be able to help us, and we look for that. They know, I mean, people that come and they're looking for bargains like that isn't going to hinder any of these big home improvement stores.
Okay, well, I guess that's good to hear.
Yeah.
So, if I needed a new window for my house, if I needed curtain rods, if I needed a new stove, or a microwave, or 2x4, or a hammer, those are all things that you'd have in the store.
Absolutely.
Is there a section of the store that is really unique items that that might be hard to find in other places, or is it?
Well, there's a pet saying that says you never know what you're going to find at Restore, and that is so true.
And that extends to the employees too, right?
Yeah, we do have. We've had some very, very interesting donations. We get some tools that we put in a corner, and it's sort of like, guess this tool, because none of us know what they are. So I have a group of people that come in just to look at these unusual items that come in. Sometimes we get a donation that's outside of the scope of what we do, but it's such a nice piece and they want Habitat to benefit from it that we accept it. So we've had a 1900s Singer sewing machine with the hand pedal crank or the foot crank, and that went right out of there. We currently have a beautiful upright piano that someone donated to us, so it's in there. In fact, we had another a real fun incident just 2 weeks ago. There was a local resident was in the store, a 90-year-old man, and was playing the piano. He happened to be a good friend of my dad's.
Oh, okay.
And the mayor of Fairfield came in.
Mayor Price?
Mayor Price was there, and we sat down, and they knew each other. They go to Brainworks, Brain something, it's a place where seniors go to keep their minds clear, so they had already known each other. So I asked if he'd play a song. So there we have Bob down at the piano playing all the old standards, Autumn Leaves and Stardust, and the mayor and his wife were there enjoying it. We had people gathered around the piano. It was really a fun hour at the Restore.
Oh, that sounds terrific.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a very warm and comfortable environment.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And do you, you said people are waiting in line on Thursdays
Sometimes.
to be able to be the first one there to see what's new from accumulation from Sunday through Wednesday. And that means that, as you pointed out, you use the Tuesday and Wednesday to put stuff out on the shelves and you put prices on them and stuff like that, or
Absolutely.
So is there anything else unique about the store that you might want to share with us?
Well, yeah, there's a couple more things. The items that are donated to us, believe it or not, probably 80% of them would be targeted to go into the landfill.
Oh, yeah.
So we are diverting this from the landfill. So we're keeping this product out. And this is excellent stuff. You know, somebody that remodels, I've had people tear out their $30,000 or $40,000 kitchen and put in a $100,000 kitchen. These cabinets they're awesome. They're still like new condition, and they probably would have gone to the landfill. But now the contractors are getting our word out. They're donating them to us. The homeowners are getting the tax deduction. We bring them in there, we clean them up, we repair them, we sell them for 50 to 90% off retail. We keep the product out of the landfill. It's just a win-win-win for everybody.
Do you report any of that information to anybody at the county by any chance? Your sales? And the reason I ask is that most counties and cities are part of a group of a waste management authority, and every city has a diversion requirement as per state law. And right now it's at 50%, and they're talking, I think, about raising it to 75. And they're always looking for opportunities to claim that they've diverted something from the landfill.
Yeah.
So they could call you, and you could probably give them information that would help their numbers. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, in fact, there's other stores. Our grand opening was August 27th. When I came back from Restore University, I have just a plethora of information of things that I want to get started and activate and get the store going. And one of those projects is a actual, like a thermometer scales that show in weight how many pounds we've kept out of the landfill and back into the community as far as recycling. So that's one of many, many. In fact, the other projects that we want to work with, and again, it's just lack of volunteers keeping us from growing, is our art. We want to, we have Valspar donates paint to us. And we're going to take some doors, interior doors that we can't sell. We're going to paint them with chalkboard paint and use them for department signs and for daily special signs. And then the volunteers that I have that have artistic abilities, they're going to have the chalk and they're going to be making up my signs every week.
Oh,
so
great.
It's just going to be one more fun way to go into Restore and have a good time.
So you actually do you have paint in your store as well?
Yes. We accept unopened cans of paint.
Okay.
Once they've been opened, we can't accept them.
And I was trying to think of some other really remote kinds of things, whether or not you might have them, but it's pretty much anything that would work for a home remodeling.
Well, today, my truck comes back from a pickup and there's a ping pong table on it. I go, well, what am I going to do with a ping pong table? It's a nice one. We're going to take it and put it out there.
Yeah, somebody will buy that.
Yeah.
So how about wallpaper?
Actually, we've had wallpaper there.
Yeah?
Yeah. But it comes back to where you never know what you're going to find at Restore. And that's where we have so many customers that follow us every week, come in to see what's new, you know, what they could do. They get ideas for their homes by just coming into store. The other aspect that I didn't even contemplate was the artists. The artists come in there to find a unique thing that they can be part of their sculpture or part of their art decorations. There was some donations that came in that I was just going to scrap and recycle them. And they said, no, let's set them out on the shelves and see if some of these artists will use it. And sure enough,
if you ever have any metal scraps, I know there's a guy up in Suisun that would take them off your hands.
Yeah, we already have that, a recycling program going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's terrific.
Yeah.
So you could always use more volunteers.
Absolutely. You
can always use more donations. And if somebody wants to hook up on that, they contact you at the hotline.
Yes.
And that's 707
863 0692. Come spend 4 hours a week working at Restore, and you'll have the time of your life.
And there's no restriction on how old you might be?
Nope, none
There's
at all.
probably a restriction on how young you can be. Is there?
Well, we can take 16 and 17-year-old high school, and I do have quite a few of them working for me with a parent minor release. And then 15 and under, I have several parents that will come in and work with their child together.
Okay, cool. Well, Mike, I really appreciate you coming here today and sharing your story with us.
Oh, absolutely.
And I hope we're able to encourage some of our audience to come down to Restore in Fairfield.
Yes.
Thursday through Saturday, and maybe see, you never know what you're going to get there.
And when I get more volunteers and we increase the productivity, we hope to be open Monday through Saturday someday. But we've got to staff it first.
All right, well, thanks, Mike.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So Mike Glancy with Restore, part of Habitat for Humanity. That's all the time we have for today. Our show airs at 6 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays on channel 27 VCAT, which is Comcast, and channel 99 AT&T UVerse, and we're also available streaming live. Come and see us again next time.